Hello, Libra. Welcome to your weekly reading for February 16th to the 22nd. This is for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's get started, Libra. Let's jump right in. This is the most uneventful week of the year. JK. We're here. Yeah, we're here. This is big. You know it's big. It's reality shifting. It's going to change everything for you. Okay? Yeah. The biggest aspect of the year, some would say of the decade, it's the Great Reset, which you're already feeling, by the way. Okay? And of course, I'll explain why. But you see, we also have the first eclipse of the year as well. That is also a reset. Well, is that 29 degrees is the ending and the beginning. It's a new moon solar eclipse. So you have two, if I'm doing the math right, you have two back-to-back resets in 1 week. Okay, this is going to be a week. But I think you're going to love it. I think you're actually going to really love it. And when I say reset, I want you to think of it more as like seeds that you're about to plant. Okay, so consider this a call to action where several areas of your life are about to change. For the rest of this year, these seeds are going to grow and you're going to thrive. You're going to prosper as you move into your future, into the 21st century. And therein lies the point. We're moving forward, okay? You cannot moonwalk. You can't zigzag. You got a time machine? Probably not. Probably not. These aspects, they're saying you've got no choice. Yeah. FAFO. This is the point of no return. This is the Great Reset, awakening, collapse, shift, your brand new era, the brand new world. And to be fair, this is what you wanted. We all wanted this, the new timeline. Ascension. This is it. The universe is conscious and it bringeth. All right. Now, Monday, February 16th, you got Mercury in Pisces, trine Jupiter in Cancer, sponsored by Jupiter and Cancer, because Jupiter is in the strongest position. He's not only Pisces ruler, Mercury's detriment in Pisces, but Jupiter's also exalted at his degree of exaltation, meaning, and that's 15 degrees, meaning he's at his highest frequency that he can be as exalted. I mean, you are going to bask in all his glory. This is truly auspicious, especially for expansion. And this is fortune and luck. And it looks like you're going to have some movement in career. If you're here for career or work or profession, it's hitting this part of your chart. And, to be honest, this aspect, it really is like the epitome of like literally manifesting. Okay. It's just so spiritual. And so, yes, you might receive really good news or messages or even signs. Remember what I talked about with Mercury and Pisces last week, but a lot of what a lot of y'all may experience is will be more inward, okay? Because remember, Jupiter is retrograde. So there's got to be a lot of activity on your emotional growth and how you can feel more nurtured, especially in the workspace, become wiser, especially in the workspace. But also it is, very like forgive and forget, helping, healing others. It's selfless. It's compassionate. It's karmic energy. It's really, really nice. Like your faith could be really locked in at this point, as in you will have something to believe in. That's what Jupiter's going to give you. That's what Mercury's going to give you. And again, you've got Pisces ruling your sixth house of your daily activities and your routines. But, that does include work, your work environment, colleagues, employees, and, paperwork, things like that, right? But Jupiter in Cancer rules your 10th house of career. So they're two very different things. Career is more like your ambition. It's, wanting that recognition and honors and achievements. It's very public facing. And if you're not here for career, the 10th house is just where are you, expending your energy where that you want to be known for, that's why it's, the house of fame. And also it is leadership. So there's got to be a lot happening for you. There's also going to be, a lot of y'all, if you're not here for work or career, Health would be a big theme here. Remember, this is a very auspicious aspect. And then as well as, it really is like health could be the other thing. And then maybe a little bit of home and family for y'all. You're going to feel that a little bit more when we get more into the week, okay? But just be very inspired today. Yeah, make someone's day. A small act of kindness, right? Goes a long way. Compliment someone, raise people's frequencies. That's what this is all about, okay? Send an uplifting message from your flip phone. Doesn't matter. Listen, if you are a cross watcher, if you watch for your rising sign or your moon or for your husband, for your child, James, doesn't matter. All the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, will feel this aspect the most. If you've got any planets 13 to 17 degrees in your natal chart, okay, in any of those signs, well, those, planets will be aspected. So you will really feel this. And then we get to Tuesday, February 17th. We have the new moon ring of fire annular solar eclipse in Aquarius, okay? 29 degrees. This is going to happen very early, like 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's New York City time, my time, if you want to convert that to wherever you live. Now, this is big, okay? It's happening on the very last day of Aquarius season. So, at 29 degrees, it's like 28, 44, 45, it's 29. So, that's the end. This is a new moon. That's the beginning. It's a true ending and beginning. This is a new storyline that is going to happen for you with a lot of emphasis on not only your network and the people you know and, maybe your community, your audience, your contribution to the collective, the greater good. That's Aquarius energy. Aquarius is the humanitarian and humanity. But this is definitely going to develop this new plot line, this storyline for you for, the next year or for the next, 18 months, up to 2 years. Listen, Aquarius rules your fifth house. So this is why I'm so excited for you, because you put everything together, Libra. You're in a really good spot, okay? The fifth house is joy and it's pleasure and it is true love and it is romance. And it's also like family, it's children. It's that next stage when you and your lover are like, let's have some kids or, maybe even some dogs because Mercury trine Jupiter, yeah, in Pisces. Remember, that is your sixth house, and that also rules pets. All right, so there may be something there, but either way, creative project. I mean, it's the fifth house. It's like a lot of creative energy. The surge of creative energy, maybe a new creative path, but whatever it is, there's something new for you here. This is, and yeah, fifth house is procreation. A lot of y'all gonna have kids. Congratulations. This is amazing. So you're really going to feel this, okay? And remember, this is a seed being planted. This is going to, you're going to see things emerge. You're going to feel the biggest impact, actually, the rest of February from this point forward, the rest of the month, but also this summer, yeah, when the North Node moves into Aquarius. Now, Aquarius eclipses, just so you know, are, they're in a league of their own, okay? They deserve their own parking space because eclipses, as we know, they are wild cards, right? They bring in this sudden, unexpected change, very unpredictable. And Aquarius energy is revolutionary. It's rebellious. It's, breaking free. No? So with this eclipse, there's this, fated acceleration of change that you can expect, like radical change into your future, not just because Saturn, Aries ruler, just moved into Aries. I'm sorry, not Aries. Aquarius's ruler just moved into Aries at 0 degrees and still is there. This eclipse will square Uranus, okay? Aquarius's modern ruler, the planet of change. And Uranus just went direct. Uranus, who was discovered in 1781 in the era of revolution. Yeah, that's why Uranus brings those, shakeups, disruptions, and, wake-up calls. You're going to have them. You're going to have them. Especially, again, with relationships. Now, this theme for you this entire week will be relationships and money and career, okay? Because you've got Uranus in Taurus, that is your 8th house, and the 8th house is deep. It's building relationships, it's intimacy, it's also money, it's shared resources and assets, all of that. It's, joint bank accounts. You may be moving in with someone, you may be getting married, it's sharing your Venmo, things like that. It's also royalties, inheritance, it's investments, but it really is all about wealth building. And you are going to have Uranus here for, a few more months, but this is just pretty interesting because there is this level of love, relationships, like, and going the next level. Yeah. The fact that you've got Pluto in Aquarius still, okay? And Pluto natively ruling your 2nd house of money and salary, there really could be something here with money, because on top of that, Uranus and Taurus is the finance sign. So there really may be something here, Libra Nation, okay? And again, at such a late degree, it's potent, yeah? It's this culmination, this graduation, and a lot of it is going to be you knowing there is this end of the old you, the beginning of the new you, all right? And remember, one last thing, with eclipses, you don't really set intentions, because they, just like Aquarius energy and Uranus, eclipses do their own thing, okay? And they are unpredictable. So when you think about the square to Uranus, yes, there can be some shakeups, but for me, I look at what's happening here, and I see this as a blessing in disguise, because eclipses, again, faded, yeah, but squaring Uranus, that gives you this level of power to be the change, okay? Uranus is, electric, and it wants you to shake things up, to be your authentic self, and is very forward thinking. It's innovative. This is a time for you to have your breakthrough, and remember, Uranus is freedom and progress. So this will be your personal evolution, accelerated, right? Think of it as an upgrade, but a brand new reinvention of yourself. I mean, this is like a Friendster to MySpace. This is a whole other, the upgrade that I was talking about, the remote control to bigger ones with lots of buttons, solar powered. Anyway, whatever happens, Libra Nation, just know eclipses, they carve the timeline you're meant to be on, okay? And yes, eclipses do say you cannot go back to who you were, all right? And so you've probably noticed that your life has been transforming. Especially the past few months. I mean, you just through Aquarius season. I mean, that is your 5th house. Joy, pleasure. I mean, sex, 5th house. And remember, you have Pluto here, okay? And Aquarius, the planet of death and rebirth, and your evolution, and the sign of evolution. So a lot of everything's changing for you, and it's only you, Libra. This is in your 5th house. So if you want to think about what happened for you, the last time we had a solar eclipse in Aquarius was February 15th, 2018. And that was about the same degree. So you can just pick up a little bit of, hints. Remember, we didn't have Pluto in Aquarius back then. We didn't have this. It's very different time, okay? But just isolating that eclipse. Now, it will be the air signs, you, Gemini, Aquarius, that feel this eclipse the most. And I am going to throw in Taurus, Leo, and Scorpio. If you have any planets 26 to 0 degrees in any of those signs, you really feel it. All right. And this is this is the day, the official day, the kickoff, the year of the fire horse. I've already talked about this on Great Awakener, but I'm going to do a live stream. Okay. My current energies live stream here. You're welcome to join. You're welcome to watch it. I'm going to do it closer to these dates. All right. I'll talk more about that and a couple other things here because there's just so much happening. You see on the same day, Venus will conjunct the North Node in Pisces. at 8 degrees. Hello. What? This is amazing. First of all, Venus is your ruler. And as I said in your February monthly forecast, eclipses, they have an element of karma, as do the nodes of fate, as does Saturn, the planet of karma, that's in Aries. So you've got this convergence of just this week and this aspect really spelling out this destined path for you. Okay, Venus, as you know, sure is your ruler, but exalted in Pisces, And so Venus in Pisces, we talked about it last week. It's just super spiritual and harmonic, compassionate. There's so much here, but it is when you feel something just clicks, you feel something destined, especially when it comes to relationships and money. A big theme for you this week, all right? Or a new creative path, or your values, but definitely something here where you are definitely going to feel something in terms of your daily activities and your routines. It does feel like you're moving on this new path, all right? And then, yes, you may get a dog or you may, again, maybe there's something here. It is your 6th house. I would not be surprised if this is, right place, right time energy. Yeah. I would not be surprised if you meet someone at the gym. Okay. Remember, it's in your 6th house of health and everything that has to do with health. Maybe you meet a doctor, or maybe you meet a vet, or you have an epiphany or a DM around this time, something that's just really cosmic, something really divine. There's just, maybe the investor that you're seeking is sitting next to you at the, football game, the Seals, or whatever it is. Anyway, that's what I'm saying. There's this wink from the universe that you're going to feel. All right. And yeah, like I said, you're going to feel a lot of these energies as soon as the week begins. And it will be the water signs that feel this the most, okay? Planets 6 to 10 degrees, if you've got them in any of the signs, the water signs, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio, in your chart. Oh, you're really going to feel this. Now, Wednesday, February 18th, we move into Pisces season. Oh, you're about to get busy. You got to roll your sleeves up. But in a very nice way. A 6th house, which Pisces rules for you. Remember, that's all about service to others. And again, listen, Pisces is the 2 fish, by the way, right? One going upstream to the spiritual, one going downstream to the material. So even though there is that duality, there's, that Pisces is known for, there is this high level of enlightenment in your physical world. But you've got to look at the big picture here. You've got Mercury, you've got Venus, you have the North Node, and the Moon will be in Pisces, all joining the Sun in Pisces today. That's a lot of dreamer energy, okay? And a lot of emphasis on your daily routines, on health matters, on, your work, colleagues, employees, things like that, right? But it's Pisces energy, very highly intuitive energy. So you'll likely have a gut feeling this day, a knowing that something's a little off because Saturn and Neptune are no longer here in Pisces. They're gone. You had Saturn here 2.5 years. You had Neptune here 14 years. So it is a little bit like, when your kids go off to college, right? The house is quiet. You knew this moment would come, but you didn't know what it would feel like because you never experienced it. And that's life. Change is the only constant in this world. But sometimes we do want to delay it, or we want to control it, or we try to fight it, or we, deny it. But, eventually we realize that change is a force of its own, like time and space and barbecue sauce, whatever you like, whatever you want. But here's the thing. This is a day where you will have to decide, am I going upstream or downstream, or will I accept the duality? And that's why this day is so important. You got 5 heavenly bodies in Pisces, okay? There's a lot of energy here. So you don't wait sit around and wait for kids to come back. They're gone. They moved on, right, to college. They'll come back, visit you during the holidays. But this is when you start the next stage in your life, okay? This is you being inspired with your dreams, especially with the Pisces moon. You're really going to feel this. There's, the Pisces moon just carries undercurrents of really strong emotions and heightened intuition. Your pineal gland really just on a whole other level. And that's what's happening here, okay? Because this day is flanked by 2 resets. You are going to feel the force of your brand new era. And Pisces, the last zodiac, represents endings, all right? And we just moved into the age of Aquarius. We're in the age of ascension. So you just might start envisioning and planning your quest. Pisces energy, like I said, is very spiritual. It's boundless. It is inspiring and artistic and empathetic and creative and forgiving. So for the next 4 weeks, you might feel compelled in directions that feel right to you. Yeah. Maybe groups you feel compelled to mystically. Yeah. Or maybe you start awakening to your true calling. All right. Or find ways to heal through your work or your art. But you will definitely be seeking greater emotional connection, more meaning, right? In your daily activities. And you will start seeing change because you are going to be the change. All right. And you will definitely start feeling some fire in your belly because the moon will then enter Aries later that day. You will have a triple conjunction with Saturn, Neptune, and the moon, all leading up to this powerful, Thursday, February 20th, Saturn conjunct Neptune, 0 degrees. Yeah, perfected. This is the difference. Saturn has already been conjuncting Neptune. As you watch this video, Saturn's conjuncting Neptune. All right, they're both in, Aries, but this is the perfection. This is like the peak. All right, so in Aries. So here's the thing. I want you to think about what happened for you last summer, particularly July, August. Saturn and Neptune, remember, they were already conjunct back then. We had a little bit of preview, and they were very close in like the end of July, like 13 degrees from that perfection. Or I'm sorry, like 13 minutes. What new dreams and aspirations felt real to you? Where did you feel a surge of confidence, especially in leadership or new business or projects or, for you, relationships? I mean, Aries rules your 7th house. And so that is partnerships, it's marriage, it's business partners, it's personal relationships. It can be a relationship with your, brother, your mother-in-law, your neighbor, Sally, it's agreements and it's contracts and it's your home. So this is going to be very interesting. And there is a sense of ownership here, with Saturn and Aries conjuncting Neptune. There's just so much that you can expect. Okay. Now I'm going to talk about, and by the way, if you felt that there was something worth fighting for, you're willing to fight for it, right? Like, I want this, I'm gonna have this last summer, like, you're gonna start feeling it again. Okay. And again, especially with relationships, partnerships, etc. But Saturn natively rules your 4th house too. So again, that's what it brings in. You are gonna start feeling a lot of energy around home, okay, and family, significant other, parents, children. This is when it looks like a lot of y'all may become parents very soon. You're going to buy some property. It looks like that, or sell property. 4th house is real estate. You may really do some deep dives into your ancestry, like your roots. But either way, I will talk more about Saturn conjunct Neptune in Aries because it's such a big deal. It's like, I'll talk about in the upcoming live stream, but I will also leave the Saturn Neptune video that I did at the end of this video. Okay. It's got everything you need to know. How these planets have only conjuncted in Aries 6 times in recorded history, but never at 0 degrees. I mean, it's a 6-hour video. Like, there's a good chunk for you, Libra Nation. So check that out. But this is the reason why you are seeing those dramatic headlines and thumbnails. The old world is collapsing and the earth's splitting, 5D, 6D, all of that. This is the reason why. All right. This is a testament to this generational aspect. Yeah. And those, outer planet aspects, when they conjunct like this, they indicate the end of an era and the rise of a new narrative and a new reality. And this one's for the next 36 years. Okay. But again, what makes this once a lifetime, never experienced, humanity has never experienced this. At 0 degrees Aries, the world axis, the Great Reset. I mean, the very first degree and the very first sign in the zodiac, nothing would exist without this very first degree in the very first sign. So this, rules your identity, yeah, and encourage and action, especially in relationships and partnerships and everything here. So when I see what's happening for you, Libra, it looks like there is so much on the table where it is this is your calling right here. All right, there's something here. And again, if you're not here for love or marriage, it's business. Yeah, if you're not here for that, it's just maybe you're doing something with your younger sister. Like you're gonna start something in your neighborhood that helps people. But there is a sense of, let's do this. Let's make sure that this turns into something long lasting. And that's the thing. You've got, again, Uranus and Taurus in your 8th. That has to do with relationships. It takes, 2 to tango here. And it's all about your investments as well. It's wealth building. You have this eclipse in your 5th house of true love and romance, but also creative projects. So there's so much showing that it really is going to be this, element of love and relationships involved here. But again, it can be platonic. It can be business and career. You've got a lot of energy there, especially with Jupiter in Cancer going direct in March. What? Yeah, you're going to see some things happen in career. But anyway, this, again, is just very special. And this is where you put in the effort, right, to stabilize your path forward. And that is the key word, stabilize, because remember, Saturn is structure and boundaries and, reality, right? Neptune, it's very spiritual. It's your dreams and ideals. Those two planets are so different. So there is this level of commitment required of you for Saturn to turn your dreams into reality. And Neptune requires compassion and faith to make your reality transcendent. This is real alchemy. This is up to you to make it work. But you have to trust in the unknown, okay? We've never experienced this. And that eclipse with Uranus is the same thing, all right? Trust your intuition to be that spiritual warrior and that visionary leader, and that, you really, I get excited seeing what's happening for Libras, okay? But just please, connect with your intuition, all right? Otherwise, everything can dissolve. That's Neptune, or they can collapse. That's Saturn. All right. So think of Saturn as the blueprint and Neptune as your vision. Okay. You are the architect. You create your reality. You're going to have to discern what's real, what's fantasy. Am I chasing a dream, or am I creating one that's built to last? Saturn and Neptune will let you know, because this is the Great Awakening. It's not, and remember, it's a process, and it's non-negotiable. Out with the old, in with the new. You're having the shift that you deserve, this brand new you in this brand new world. And yeah, it is going to be the cardinal signs, Aries, Cancer, Capricorn, and you, that feel this the most out of all the signs. Okay. And I'm throwing in Aquarius too. And if you have any planets 0 to 3 degrees in your natal chart, in any of the cardinal signs, you're really, 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 really going to feel it. Even Aquarius too. And that's the other thing. I'm going to give it a wider orb for you. I'm going to give it to 4 degrees, 0 to 4 degrees. Yeah. Anyway, let's get started. And yeah, back to back resets. Just again, see them as seeds. They're gonna germinate and grow all year as long as you be the change, right? As long as you believe in yourself, as long as you put in the work that Saturn requires. Let's get started, Libra. Let's see what is going on for you for February 16th to the 22nd for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Libra Nation, yep. Oh, yeah. That feels good. The sun on my face, all of that. I feel like I'm at Miami Beach. I'm joking. I do not. I'm in New York. I know it's cold. Anyway, Libra, stop it. You crack me up. I do a traditional cult across spread, offers the best overview, and especially for a weekly reading, if we need to pull clarifiers, we will. I got you. Libra Nation, I love y'all. This is it. This is historic, right? It's historic. We get to live through this. This is pretty big. And remember, this is a process. It's until 2032, but you're going to see the strongest activity from now until 2028, 2027, 2028. Let's get started. Libra. Wow. You listen. And it's just so bonkers to me that every sign has gotten spreads that are just like, whoa, you're good. You're absolutely good. You've got yeah, okay. What? I'll give you a sticker. I'll give you a sticker. I will give you, I don't know who these people are. I'll give you, yeah. Ted Lasso. Okay. Now, you got the 7 of Wands. Yeah. Great. You're already seeing this ascent as you move into this week. You will. And that's the thing, because you're in a place where you're seeing a lot of things change for you, right? There's a lot that may be happening. And there can, the 7 of Wands is all about valor. It's standing your ground. It's like drawing a line in the sand. But there is also, you're, like I said, you're already feeling Saturn and Neptune in Aries, where it's just, there's that energy, that Aries energy. But at the same time, it may be that you have moved into a place in your life where it's, some people want what you have, or maybe there's been, you really worked hard to get where you're at, and it may feel like, all right, this is interesting. I've never been here before. You're going to feel it more as you move into this week, but there could have been a little bit of you pushing people away. There was that energy as well. I mean, there's just been so much happening in February. So again, the bigger picture here is just knowing what exactly is real for you and what is not. Okay. Saturn and Neptune together, again, that's blurred lines, right? It's the same thing as, social media, for instance. You're going through your feeds. You don't know what's real. Is this real? Is this real? Is this AI? Even like the person saying, like, are they telling the truth? Like, that's a little bit of that energy. And so it's okay to put your guard down a little bit, but not to the point where you're defending what you worked really hard for. Okay. And there is a little bit of work energy here, maybe with colleagues or employees, or there could have been something like you got a promotion, you started your own thing, or whatever it is. There still can be a little bit of that energy that's left over, right? Remember, you're moving out of that. And so just know anything like, am I pushing people away to the point where it's needless, or are these people still like, they got to be part of the old world? I want you to ask you that as you move into this week. And because, as long as you're being your authentic self and trusting your intuition, that you're going to be absolutely fine. You got the Queen of Wands in the heart of your spread. And the reason why this is a big deal is, it's the Queen of Wands. She invented the law of attraction. She gets whatever she wants. She's really magnetic. That's Venus and Pisces for you right there. Yeah. She's charming. People love her. She's very regal, but she's still like very just, people want to hear what she has to say, but she's also the entrepreneur. She's a CEO. She's a businesswoman. and she's Aries. And so very interesting, right? With Saturn conjunct Neptune in Aries. It just, remember, the seventh house is agreements as well, and contracts. There could be something that you're signing, but there could be this elevation of like, I'm really working hard and making sure nothing gets in my way to sitting in that throne. The Queen of Wands is also, because you have your fifth and your eighth house activated. Those are the two houses of like, sex and intimacy. And yeah. And the Queen of Wands is the most, like sexual queen, right? Like out of all the queens. And so that could also be a thing. And yeah, because I am looking at the devil in your crown. So just keep that in mind. There's romance, there's relationships, all of that. That's here, right? But it is the Queen of Wands. So whatever it is, this is someone who has that power of, persuasion. This is someone who, people do what she says. They listen to her. She is at that high frequency. Again, she can attract whatever she wants. All right. So you even see the little black cat here. She's done all that shadow work. She's fine. She's comfortable. She's confident. And remember, with Uranus and Taurus in your eighth house, there is this element of doing shadow work there. It is eighth house. It gets really deep there. So as long as you are doing the work, remember, you're going to be great. You have the sun in your challenge area. So there's a little bit of let's be a little bit more optimistic, right? So much. That's the other thing, is the Queen of Wands is cheerful and she's optimistic. And that's why people gravitate toward her, right? Nobody, wants to go stand next to the person who is, like, who's that character, on SNL? Anyway, Debbie Downer, right? That. So radiate, okay? And then the other thing is, there may be something here with the sun in your challenge area where you're really going to have to believe in yourself moving forward. Even if there does feel like, there is a reason for the 7 of Wands coming up, even if there is that, don't let that pull you into this low energy frequency. Everything will happen for you. But remember what I said, it's all about self-belief. And that's regardless to Neptune, conjuncting Saturn in Aries. You have to believe in yourself. And so this is all part of the plan. This is all part of your rebirth here as well. Okay. And you're going to be fine. You've got the devil in your crown. And so that's a little bit of this, because the devil would be like pessimistic thinking in your crown. The devil would be, just energy vampires, something just taking up too much headspace where it doesn't need to. Remember, there has to be that awareness of, this week, what do I have to break free from that needs to be part of the old world, and so I don't bring it into this new. And the devil, you do see the two people from the Lovers card chained here, and because you have so much emphasis on relationships and partnerships, is there something that may even go on a very deep subconscious level where you might be getting in your own way, but now with all this confidence, all this, energy that you're going to feel in your seventh house, in that Aries energy, remember, Aries is Mars ruled. So it's up to you. Okay. And this does include the eclipse that's squaring Uranus, breaking free, right? All about freeing yourself. So of the mind would be a big thing. Spiritually would be a big thing, but literally also in your physical world, are you in a relationship that you feel is not quite the right one? Are you, do you have a toxic, boss or, work environment that you're just like, oh, but at least this is job. No, everything's going to change this week. So anything that you have to break free from, be aware of it, because this is already happening, and the star and the root are spread. And so there is this sense of like, what's happening is like, you are going to start feeling that self-belief and that faith, right? Not only in yourself, but in the universe. I mean, this is the star. This is all of the stars lining for you, okay? And they're all 8-pointed. There's 8 stars. It's card 17, referencing card 8, strength, yeah? And so, believing in yourself. But this is also, remember what I said. First of all, this star is attributed to Aquarius. You have an eclipse in Aquarius in your 5th house. And what did I say? Think of it as a seeds, right? Things are going to be growing. You see the water bear here pouring onto the land as well. And it's working. And you see this growth around her. And it's all about feeling free, being able to express yourself, being comfortable. You're good. You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. It's just there is an element of something that may be in your way, yeah, that it may, again, for a lot of y'all, maybe like on a subconscious level, but it's like we're going to have to, all right, have more self-belief or detach from something that could be in the way, that you have to trust your intuition on what that is. Because you have the Knight of Pentacles in your future, so you're going to be fine. This is saying you're all set up. The Knight of Pentacles, Knights, they're all on a mission, right? They all have a purpose. This is the slowest Knight. He's AF. This is also the biggest field in tarot, and he's planted his seeds. He's going to reap his rewards. But as long as it takes, no matter how long it takes, all right? Because this is all about the long term. And that's what's happening here. And this is someone who is diligent and he's very patient. Saturn and Aries, remember, wax on, wax off, requires patience, right? And this is someone who's going to see everything through. You even see the oak trees all the way in the background, right? Do you see what's in his helmet and his horse too? The oak leaves. He's connected to his future. And that's like his mission is to like have everything grow, especially with money and wealth. Remember, that's what's happening for you, as well as Pentacles being, your physical world, right? So again, relationships, whatever you want to invest your time and energy into, and this is all about success. So you're going to be good. Just let's get to your stuff. Libra, and that's one more. Okay, Libra. If you like this reading, Libra Nation, it'd be great if you like and subscribe and share all that. Hype is the new thing. But leave comments. Tell me what's going on. There's just so many great things happening for you that it's hard not to get excited for you because you're good. Okay, let's yeah. There's going to be some change. But again, wow, this is insane. All right. I don't even know what to like. Oh my gosh. All right. You see how significant of a week it is, right? You only got 2 pips. That's it. Like all court cards, major arcana, there's this call to like leadership. Anyway, the Ace of Wands. There you go. Your wishes, the aces command. You got to believe in yourself, but you got to make, room for all these things to grow. You even see the leaves sprouting here from the wand. But anyway, yeah, it does look like there's this new path waiting for you. And so continue to move forward in that path. This is amazing. You actually have an amazing spread. You just, again, you really have to believe in yourself. And also the sun, what I was going to say, 2 things. The sun in your challenge area could indicate that there is something that you haven't, really received yet. Keyword is yet. Yeah. Let's see what happens after, this week, and during this week. But secondly, that Aquarius eclipse being in your 5th house, I don't really talk about this too much because it is square Uranus for you and only you. The 5th house would be like casinos and, gambling, fun. Maybe because it's the house of like recreation and hobbies as well. So I'm just letting you know. All right. maybe you want to think about getting like a dollar scratch, like whatever, right? But this is you do you. I'm just saying that energy's there. All right. When you got the planet of surprises and the unexpected. So just letting you know. Okay. Not saying you're going to, just, okay. Anyway, you're good. You got the tower. Sure. It's in your external factors area. Great. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. The tower, obviously, it looks a little chaotic. You see the couple falling out of the tower. Something's got to change. Something's not working. And that's why this is happening. What did I say? Uranus is electric. Uranus, the sky god, lightning. Right there. Okay? But also, it's the tower. Right? It's actually attributed to the planet Mars. But, which, Mars is in Aquarius. And all in your fifth. So something had to fall for you to move forward and for you to see something. It's almost like that tower's in the way of the Knight of Pentacles. All right. So I don't want you to think of it as a, right? This is a week where unexpected things are going to happen. They're just going to happen. But remember, you do have that opportunity to be the change. Yeah. So there is that as well. But there may be some changes here. 10 of Pentacles. You're good. You're fine. This is all about your legacy. That's what you want. A lot of y'all want, this comfort at home, family, new home. You want success. You want prosperity. You want, money. You want to, save, have investments, all of that. It's all here. And the 10 of Pentacles, I mean, that really is like coming into your physical realm and having this appreciation for the things that you do have. And you're going to start seeing it build. Remember, just continue to move forward. And then finally, in your final outcome, you have Judgment. So whatever happens this week, it's leading you to this huge awakening. And that's what this week is, right? It is the great awakening. Like, this cannot be any more. You're like, this is all you. This is all you. I mean, you have an archangel in your final outcome, Archangel Gabriel blowing the trumpet. You see the dead arising. So for a lot of y'all, it does feel like this, like not only this like aha moment, this big moment of clarity that you may have, that's very profound. It's judgment. But there is this sense of like a lot of y'all recognizing, oh, I'm getting the second chance at this, or I wanted this in the past, but things got busy and it just kind of like, got away from me. But now it's like, now I feel it. But it's whatever you feel, but you have to have that moment. You have to have that awakening. You have to have that just really profound, again, when you've got all this happening in your, in Pisces, that's kind of a big deal. But also, Judgment is attributed to the planet Pluto that's in Aquarius. So, again, a lot that's happening in what brings you joy, what brings you pleasure. This is your fifth house. A lot of it is like, fifth house is like soulmate energy. But again, a lot of creative energy. Okay? It's a house of fun. It's fun. Anyway, you're good. You're absolutely good. I feel like you're going to have a big, this is going to be a big week for you. It's going to be a big week for you. And there is a sense of just rising up, like almost like getting a promotion, starting your own job. If you are here for career, whatever it is, there's a sense of just everything moving forward in this way that you are happy with. And with the tower, something will change. Anyway, but to your benefit. All right. So Libra, next week there's so much happening next week. Mercury's going retrograde. We'll talk about next week. Okay. A lot happening next week. If you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Tell me what is going on, Libra Nation. Oh, yeah. In the second spread, the bonus spread, we're going to do two. We're going to do one for the eclipse in Aquarius in your fifth house. And then another one on Saturn conjunct Neptune in Aries in your seventh house. And I'm excited to see what happens. But anyway, tier 3 members, really good and legendary members, you know where to find the link. Anyone's welcome to join. Y'all are amazing. I will see you next week. Thanks. Bye-bye.